When you're running high RPM tools, maintenance has got to be part of the plan. So I am here with my buddy Kirk to talk about how VRT handles their maintenance. Let's kind of go through the workflow. How often are people going to have to maintain this tool if they decide to get one?
Yeah, I mean, it's largely variable. It depends on how much you use it, your air quality, clean, dry air, what you're cutting. If you're cutting a lot of graphite and things like that for electrodes, obviously, that's going to impact your bearing life and the other moving parts within there.
Yeah.
But on average, our customers are seeing 12 to 18 months of life out of our bearings. We run ceramic bearings in our spindles, which are meant for high speeds. So yeah, when you have to have them serviced, just send it in. We keep a very large inventory of replacement parts and things like that. And one of the things that is an objective for us is to always have the inventory to where it's not even a repair. We just send you a replacement, right?
Oh.
So what we want to do is we want to keep inventory on the shelf that's another rebuilt spindle.
Yep.
Obviously we're not going to exchange a used for a new, but we have another rebuilt spindle. We send it out. After you send us your core, so to speak, and then we rebuild that one and we put that on the shelf, and that'll go back out as well.
That's really interesting, and that is a huge commitment to spindle uptime, right? Yeah. Time is the only thing in manufacturing we can't make any more of. So your guys send in a spindle, you send them one out. They have almost a zero downtime situation, and you work on it in your own time.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's going back to the concept of these were made by machinists for machinists. Like I understand that. I understand downtime. Waiting on custom and special tools and stuff, and how long it took. We're really getting to where we wanted to really try to get to where these things are all stock items. Like when you order one, it's like Amazon. We're just going to, you call, say, hey, I want this, we ship it. Yeah. And you want it next day. If you want to pay UPS fee, fine, we'll send it next day. But that's what we're targeting with all of this is as minimal downtime as possible. And nobody ever in the machining world, very rarely does somebody call and say, I need something, and whenever you get it's fine.
Yeah.
It's always we need it right now because my customer needs their parts right now. And so that's what we're really aiming to do is to be the right now, right? But currently what happens is you send your spindle in, we rebuild. On the rebuild process, we replace the bearings. We do a full inspection. Sometimes we have to pull them apart, clean them out really good, get all the contaminants and things like that out of there. We have an ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah. Right here that we dump the parts in that we're going to reuse. We reuse the housing and things like that. We replace the bearings. We rebalance everything. If the balancing causes the spindle taper to move out too far from our specification, we regrind the spindle taper on our jig grinder. Put them all back together, rebalance it, and ship it back out. Sometimes your repair just consists of a couple bearings. Sometimes it may be because of damage, right? We got to replace the spindle tube and all these different things. So it just varies. But it's really a commitment to our product. We believe in this product. We want to service this product. We want to, be involved in this product forever, for its life, right? And its life isn't just when the bearings go bad. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just such a very straightforward process, the way that it dials it in on the screen and it gives you that good check and everything else for the balancing, to the retouching on the jig grinder, to everything else. And I mean, anytime you want a fast tool like this, maintenance is part of the plan. Okay, anyone watching, if maintenance isn't part of your plan, you're just waiting for that tool to fail. So I really like how well it's laid out here, Kirk, for the people. If they buy your tool, it's a straightforward process.
Where the preventative maintenance stuff does come invaluable to the customer. But on the other hand, if they neglect to do so, it's okay. We're not gonna punish you for that. It's a flat fee every time for a rebuild, and unless of course it's crashed or something like that, then it changes a little bit. But if it's just standard wear and tear, it's a flat fee. Doesn't matter what air you run through it. We don't care. Yeah. If it's because sometimes if you're cutting graphite electrodes, for example, you can't control that. You can't control the dust and all that stuff. So they're going to wear out a little bit more, and we'll fix them and get it back to you. So, but like I said before, it doesn't matter what spindle speeder you use. You run anything at 40,000 RPM.
Yeah.
The bearings are going to go. And you just hope you get it fast enough before it tears up the housing, locks the bearing up. So if you get in one of these spindle speeders and they start making weird noises, please stop. And let's at least take a look at it and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. Because, it just causes more damage the longer you wait.
Yeah. If you hear strange noises, just hit stop. Wise words indeed. Thank you, Kirk.
Absolutely. Thanks, Arthur.